everyone, this is Neha Tulsyan from Crescent Creation. Welcome to another video on my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I created these cute coasters using products from Not2Shabby shop's October box of the month kit. This month's box was named Deck the Halls and it was sold super quickly. I didn't even get a chance to upload my unboxing video, but the good thing is a lot of you out there already have these products. So here I'm going to show you how I created these cute coasters out of those products. I'm using these square wooden coaster set by Art Minds that I got from Michaels. I'm going to go ahead and link a couple of different coasters that you can get for this stamping purposes. So here I'm just laying my images to see where I want to stamp them on the coaster, and I'm using my MISTI tool to do my stamping. I'm using black archival ink from Rangers to do all my stamping today. You can use any permanent ink that you have in hand. I just happen to have the black archival ink, so I'm using that. I'm using my MISTI tool here to stamp the images a couple of times until I get a nice crisp black image. And yes, I have removed that black foam sheet that comes in MISTI so that I can place my coaster. The coaster is pretty thick. Even after removing that black foam sheet, it does put a little bit of pressure on the hinges of the MISTI. So if you're not comfortable using the coasters with the MISTI tool, you can just use your acrylic block. I am okay using my MISTI with this. I can see that it puts a little bit of pressure on my hinges, but I'm being careful not to put a lot of pressure, and it just stays good. So here I'm stamping my second coaster. I did a little bit of masking here using my full sticky post-it notes. And I made a small mistake here. I was supposed to stamp the masked image a little bit down in the coaster, and this second image was supposed to be up so that it would look like that the masked image is on the front and it's nearer to us, and the second image that we are stamping is a little further away, so that's why I stamped a little bit up. So I did the other way around, but I just still went with it. When I will remove the mask, it looks a little different, but I just went with it because I didn't want to waste my coaster here. So what will you do? Will you just wing this design or will you restart it? Does this bother you a lot? Since I'm using archival ink, I'm making sure that I clean my stamp sets immediately, and I'm just using simple clean water and my microfiber cloth to clean the stamp sets. For my next coaster, I'm stamping this image from the ornamental Christmas stamp set. And I cut out a mask for this image too because I thought I will be overlapping my next stamped image, but I had enough space to place my other coaster and I didn't have to overlap it. And for my last coaster, I decided to just stamp the sentiments and keep it simple. So I chose these sentiment stamps from the ornamental Christmas stamp set and then stamp these sentiments once by first generation and then by second generation technique. You get one black sentiment and the other a little grayish. Later in the video, it wouldn't matter how I stamp these because I'm gonna go ahead and change it, but I'm just showing you different ways you can use these techniques to create your own coasters. Now I'm going to go ahead and use my color pencils to color all these images. I'm using my Prismacolor pencils here. You can use any color pencil that you have in hand. I just love to use Prismacolor pencils because they are very soft, so they're easy to lay on the wooden surface, and they are very pigmented at the same time, so I get really beautiful color with very less effort. And I'm not going to show all my coloring here today because I didn't do any detailed coloring. I just chose one or two parts of a particular image to add some shadows and depth to those parts, but rest of them I just laid one color. Like here for this mug, the ribbon tied across the mug, I added a little bit of shadows to add some depth to it, but the mug itself I'm just using one gray color and I'm just coloring it all over with that one color pencil. Instead, I'm gonna show you the different things that you can do to step up these coasters. So now for the fun part, here I'm using my snow marker and adding some details to my Santa hat mug. One tip while using these snow markers, don't directly use them on your project. Instead, dispense them on the side because sometimes when you are trying to take out the ink, a lot of them comes out and it can ruin your project. So I like to take out the ink on the side, you can see on my work surface there, and then I just use the nib to pick up the ink from there and put it on my project. Now hitting this with my heat tool, and how cool does that look? Next I'm using this Pilot metallic pen in gold color to add some dot details to the ribbon there. I just love these pens. I have used them forever now, and I just love them. The fine tip makes them easy to use anywhere and everywhere, and they are permanent, so it's easy to use on projects like this. For these ornament design, I first colored these ornaments gold and silver using my color pencils in yellow and gray color, but then I decided to use these pens for the actual gold and the silver color. So here I'm just squirting some ink onto them using my pen, and then using my finger I'm just spreading the ink all over the ornament, making sure I'm being careful near the edges and trying to keep the color inside the black lines. Next I'm gonna go ahead and add some details to the ribbons of the ornaments using these pens. For the silver ornament, I'm adding some dot details all over the red ribbon. For the gold ornament, I added some gold stripes using my gold pen. Now for this coaster, where I just stamped the sentiments, I did not want to leave it completely plain. So here I'm using some red and blue dye ink, and I'm adding both the colors alternatively, keeping my sentiments as the guide. I'm using my mini blending tool here. You can even use your blending brushes if that's what you like. And this is where I felt like I should throw this coaster in trash. I was so unhappy that I did this, and I just didn't know how to revive it. But then I used both my gold and silver pen and went over the sentiments, alternating both the silver and the gold color, and that saved the day for me. And now since I had this red and blue color on my coasters, I decided to not keep the other coasters completely plain and added some red color to the edges of all the rest of the 3 coasters and making them all matchy-matchy. And here are my 4 coasters all finished and done, ready for the last step. Now to seal all this beautiful work, you can either use a varnish or distress glaze. I'm using my mini blending tool with a new foam applicator, and I'm just applying little bit of glaze on my mini blending tool and applying the glaze all over the coaster, sealing all that beautiful work that I just did. I'll go ahead and apply this to all my 4 coasters, and that finishes my video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Here are a few more videos that you might like to watch. Thank you for visiting. Have a nice day.